obsessed with this candle. It smells like if winter and fall had like a child. It's like spicy but also woody and like a little bit floral, I guess, but it just smells to me like fall wintertime. Almost like I don't know, like you're smoking a cigarette with like a rich woman on the patio of a cabin in Breckenridge, Colorado. Probably more like Vail or Aspen, but I've never been to either of those places. I've only ever been to Breckenridge. Like one of the ski towns in Colorado. I've actually never been skiing the stuff that I was learning, I 1000% disagree with today in my adulthood. And it's taken years and years and years to kind of like unravel what I was taught from who I really am and what I actually think for myself. So I want to try to do some really close-up whispers in this video, because sometimes these are my absolute favorite types of whispers. I don't love a ton of mouth sounds, but just the concept of someone like whispering really close into your ear, and it's like you can almost feel their breath on you. Maybe that's a little bit weird, but I don't really care. I think it's comforting. Really quick, I'm just gonna take a sip of water. I'm so grateful that I have access to clean water. Honestly, lately I've been thinking a lot about moving to a rural neighborhood because I live in Paris right now and I'm currently like in the process of getting a visa through my job. But like I left, like, okay, so today I'm off work, right? And so I left my apartment on a Saturday, which, if you live in Paris, you know that Saturdays are freaking crazy, because I live in the Paris city center, like really, really central. So the bridge I have to cross to get to pretty much you are enjoying my content so far. If like anyone wants to see a role play or something, or like a mukbang, or an advice video, or like for me to talk about something in particular, let me know. Actually, I wanted to ask you guys. One sec. Oh. Sorry. So, I have this book, and it's called Ways of Seeing by John Berger. And this book is actually adapted from a BBC special series, I think. And it's about art and how we see things, basically. And I thought it would be cool to read from this book because it's like a collection of essays with pictures and stuff. And yeah, I don't know, I thought it could be cool. So that's something I could talk about in another video. Also, I love to read. I am currently reading like 10 books. I'm really into fantasy and also nonfiction. So I'm currently reading the Throne of Glass series. And yeah, so far obviously really good. But if you want to hear about more books that I like and authors I like and stuff like that, let me know. If you want to hear about Paris and like for me to talk about that, I don't know, I'm just trying to think of things that I could talk about or that you might want to hear about, or if you want me to do like role plays, or I don't know, like I'm really open to anything, so let me know what you want to see. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope that you have a beautiful night's sleep. It's been over 30 minutes, so I'm gonna go now, but I give you some kisses before I go. Thank you so much for